Should we wait for the pizza guy?
When's he coming?
Soon. We'll just
cut it out.
We've never done this before. We fixed... Where should we start?
I was going to say, we're filming from Kelly's new kitchen table. You can't see it, but it's beautiful. IKEA.
First trip ever.
IKEA is where it's at.
Anyways, this is the Knitorious Podcast. I'm Kelly.
I'm Carrie.
And this is our podcast about yarn and knitting and our life adventures as teachers in central Pennsylvania. And it's been a while. We used to be every week, and then we were every 2 weeks, and now we're every 3 weeks, and life just keeps getting busier.
We're pretty inconsistent, but thank you for sticking with us and bearing with us and still watching us, even though you never know when you're going to see us again.
Yeah. It's like those weird relatives. You're not really sure when they're going to show up, but they show up and they stay a while.
Just randomly they pop in, and...
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So, today's episode will be a lot of show and tell.
A lot of show and tell. I haven't been knitting a whole lot because I've been working a whole lot.
I haven't been knitting a whole lot because, if you haven't heard, we're back to school. So, that has me at school from 6 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then at my internship from 3:30 until 8, which leaves me about 15 minutes before my eyes close and they don't open for another, 8 hours. And you're working crazy because all the other park employees went back to school, and you'll be subbing soon, in no time. So we are going to start with FOs, our finished objects.
Which I don't have any, because I literally have not knitted.
Not a thing.
Well, I have, but...
Nothing finished.
Nothing finished.
And we did get a comment about this audio quality. We are working to fix that. Carrie just realized that she did not have the microphone volume turned up the whole way. So hopefully this episode's sound quality is better.
We tested it, and it sounds a little better.
Sounds a little bit better. And we even paused the dishwasher.
Shouting.
I am shouting.
I don't think you need to shout.
It's my teacher voice. Alright, so I do have an FO, but I already gifted it. If you follow me on Instagram at Dog Hair Knits, I put a picture up there. I made the flax sweater by Tin Can Knits.
We're going to stick it here because I was watching Grocery Girls, and she figured out how to put a picture on a video, and I was like, oh! And then I looked it up, and then I was like, oh! I know how to do it!
Teach yourself!
So I'm going to try to do that, so we can probably have it right here as we're talking.
Yeah, so I made the flax sweater out of loops and thread yarn from Michaels. They had this 1 pound of baby yarn on sale, and I have a lot of friends having babies. So I knit that sweater in basically 3 days. So I was watching the Sweet Leaps podcast a few weeks ago, and the host of that podcast had completely forgotten about a friend's baby that was coming due. So she made that sweater, and I was like, okay, if she can do it in a day, I could definitely do it in 2 or 3 days. And it is fast.
And I feel like Knit Picks, if you follow them on Instagram and social media, they just posted a flax sweater.
Tin Can Knits? Or Knit Picks?
Knit Picks.
Oh.
And there's an adult version.
Yes.
So
the Tin Can Knits has the flax sweater for free on Ravelry, and it's sized newborn all the way up through 2 or 3 XL for free. So now that I knit that one, my husband wants one, and I want one, and Carrie wants one.
Great.
Yeah. So that's my finished object. We went to a wedding this weekend. Carrie was in it. I attended for one of our best friends, Brittany, got married. Congratulations, Brittany!
It was such a beautiful day, and it was so fun.
The wedding was fun. It was sweet and very personal to them, which was awesome. And I didn't know this. It was so cute. As we were waiting for the ceremony to start, she had a slideshow playing, and at the end, there are 4 generations of her family that have been married in the same church. So she had pictures of all of them, which I thought was so sweet. I love the extra touches like that people do. But one of the finished objects... the dog just pulled out
Hudson?
The charger cord. So, we should have had a finished object.
Where are you going with this?
We should have had a finished object, which was Brittany's wedding blanket. But it's not finished yet. So it might be like a...
I didn't even start my part yet.
I'm halfway through the first square. So it'll be like her first anniversary gift. Works in progress!
Before we move on, I do just want to say that Brittany gave us, the bridesmaids, a gift of a navy bag, a really nice navy bag. I should have bought it, but I didn't. And she had flip-flops and a tank that we wore on the day of her wedding while we were getting ready. And ours said tribe, and hers said bride, so it was bride tribe. And she had a whole bunch of jewelry in it. And Kelly made these little bags, and this was also in the blue bag that Brittany gave us. And inside, Brittany put, like, little jewelry for each of us. And
I completely forgot that I made those for her.
It was, like, a cute little bag that, you know, it's perfect for, like, little jewelry items and things. So I had to show that off because Kelly's really good at making these little bags. And my friend Kristen was like, oh, it's an inside-out one. And I was like, I don't think it is. But you could. If you just wouldn't be able to zip it. You can, but we tried.
Oh.
And you can a little bit, so.
Yeah, that is what I made for Brittany for her bridal shower. That's kind of an FO. Yeah, those are pretty old, but yeah. I'm glad. I completely forgot I had made those. I'm glad you guys like them.
Yeah.
Works in progress. You want to go first?
I'll show my tank. I keep looking over here because Kelly's dogs are on the floor and it's a little distracting.
And I'd love to lift them up like everyone else does, but my dog weighs 95 pounds and he's not about to get lifted up into here.
They're being really good, but they're just like hard not to look at.
It's because the pizza guy's not here yet.
Okay, so I've showed you this tank about 1,000 times, I think. Kelly and I went to our local coffee shop tonight, and I was like, Kelly, help, because I pulled it out.
She pulled it out, and it looked like the cobwebs that you spread out over your house for Halloween.
Like, yarn everywhere. It just was a mess. I don't even know how it happened. But, so here is the tank, and these are on my new needles, which I'll get to later.
And this is the split back tank, which is the cowl that we are currently hosting / should have been finished today, but we'll talk about that too.
So, basically...
How?
I'm trying to... Wait a second.
Oh, this is why. So this is the back.
Did it get messed up again?
No. So this is one of the arm holes, and this is the back. You have to cut all that out. This
part... This part's gonna be the strap, I think.
Okay.
It's kind of weird because I knitted part of it, so now I can't do it flat. Yeah. So, I think I could finish this if I would just sit down and work on it. And I think it's really impressive. Not to toot my own horn, but, like, this is like floss. And I did all of these stitches. This has to be like 1,000,000 stitches. And it's still really hot, so it's still perfect weather to wear it. So hopefully we can both finish our tanks. And hopefully you guys can finish your tanks. And then we can all show our pictures of our tanks.
So if you are one of the, like, 10 or 15 people participating in the split back tank cowl, please stay tuned towards the end of this episode. We're going to have some information. Today was technically the closing date, but there are no FOs, and I don't blame y'all because I'll show mine, and it is shameful. But we're going to most likely extend that because we did have some really generous prizes, so we want to be able to give those out. But we'll talk about that towards the end.
Oh, brother.
All right, my works in progress in my Mrs. Brown's bag. Chris's sister, Caitlin, if you're watching this, stop watching for a second.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
So, this is the Beatrix cowl by Carrie Bostick Hodge. I'm going to hold it up a little bit closer. It's really hard to see the pattern in this, but there's some cross stitches here, and then it's just garter in between. But it's getting there. I'm knitting this in Cascade Heathers, and I don't think, we did this last time, I don't think they named their colorways.
Yeah.
Nope, it's color 9489. Cascade 220 Heathers. So that's one of my works in progress. And this one is fun just to do, like...
Did you do anything else on it since you last showed it?
I've knit, like, 3 repeats. But because it's just the same 10-row repeat over and over, it doesn't look like you're doing a lot. So there's one of my works in progress. And if you haven't watched the previous episode, I lost my split back tank on a trip to New York. But I found it. It was in my mom's car. And this is what I have done.
Kelly! That is way less than I thought you had done. That is just a crying shame.
It looks like a curtain.
Crying shame.
I'm doing 2 different colors. I'm almost done
Kelly.
with this pumpkin orange color.
I didn't share all my woes. I need to do that when you're finished.
Yeah. So I'm almost done with this pumpkin orange color, and then I'm going back to the blue. The reason mine looks so different is because I'm using Quince & Co. Sparrow, and Carrie is using the Knit Picks Lindy chain, so my fabric is a little bit different. But I lost it for a while, and then I just haven't been able to work on it.
So,
that's the truth.
I know that a lot of you are saying that this is kind of a difficult pattern. It's supposed to be easy, and for me, I felt like it was very easy for most of it. That's why I was, like, whipping through it, because it was just, like, back and forth, knit, purl. However, when you get to the part where you have to make the straps and things, I got super confused. I was texting Kelly like crazy, like, are you at this part yet? Because I need help. And she obviously is not at the part.
Obviously.
And I was asking for help on Instagram, which I think a lot of you tried to help and gave me suggestions and things. And somebody, I think it was Mina, told me to write into the designer of the pattern. And so I did that. I did check on the Ravelry website first at this pattern, because sometimes people comment in the forums and things, to see if anyone else had the same issue.
Nobody else was on the struggle bus.
Nobody was on the struggle bus, which made me feel like even more like, why can't I understand this? So, yeah. So I messaged the designer. She gave me some help. She actually went so far as to paint me a diagram in Paint Shop and messaged it to me on Ravelry. And so if you watch this, you probably don't, but thank you for your help. And I hope that clears it up and that I'll actually get to wear this, because that was a lot of work I put into that to get to the straps and not know what I'm doing. So I was really frustrated. And I'm sure a lot of you know how that feels when you're like, I don't understand this. So all you other newer knitters out there,
message
keep
the designers.
Keep trucking, because you'll feel good when you get through it.
So let's, while we're on the topic of the tank, we might as well just talk about the cowl. So this is our first time hosting a cowl, and it has taken us obviously a lot longer than we thought, and I just checked the FO thread, and nobody else is finished, and the chatter has died down a little bit. So this is the plan. We'd like to extend the cowl until the end of September, because I feel like we are having an extremely long summer. So I'm going to carry on with my summer knits, because it is still 90 degrees out, even though it's today's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day.
Our cowl, so we should be able to change it and things. And since we're not even done, and obviously you guys aren't done, we figured we can extend it. So if it's something you feel like you're going to finish and you would like to finish, leave us a comment below and let us know, I'm going to finish the cowl, because that makes it more fun.
And to motivate you, we'll show you one of the prizes we got. This
Look at this, guys!
Bag.
You want to win this.
This is from Mitchell's Creations, and her name is, I want to get it right, Tara from Mitchell's Creations, and her bags are gorgeous.
We should show her the other bags she sent us.
Okay.
Tara, thank you so much for your wonderful, wonderful gifts.
Thoughtful gifts. So that should motivate you, because if you finish, this could be one of the prizes. And
it comes with a little progress keeper.
It comes with her little progress keeper. And there's her card. And
if you can't tell, it's folded in half. So
yes,
it's
this
actually
bag is
double
big.
That length. So it would be really nice for a sweater, or your tank could go in it. Well, I guess not, because your tank would be finished if you got this.
So that is one of the prizes for
And these are the other ones. If you like her stuff, you could visit her shop on Etsy.
So generous. She sent one for the giveaway.
Her shop
and then one for each of us to pick. And I just have to point out, look at the cute little flute player.
And look at the little
this bear
animals.
has a feather on his hat, on his head. So Mitchell's Fiber, Mitchell's Creations.
I think you can see that.
Mitchell's C.
Please go to her Etsy shop and support her.
We'll put the information here. Her bags are beautiful, and the zippers are coordinating colors, and there's handles. They're awesome. So
Really
thank
pretty.
you, thank you, thank you.
She did an awesome
And
job on these.
the rest of you get knitting on your split back tank so that you can enter to win this. So pretty.
Okay.
All right. So there's our split back tank stuff. The next section, typically we call this the Oops, I Did It Again, because it would be things that we've purchased for ourselves. But
before we share the mail, can I share what I got for my birthday?
yeah, so normally it's Oops, I Did It Again, but Carrie just had a birthday. Happy birthday! And we've had some really, really generous mail. So why don't you
Super
share
generous.
your birthday presents?
Okay, so from my Nana,
Love a Nana.
love my Nana, I got a knitting needle set. I didn't even show this to Kelly yet. These are the Knitter's Pride Dreams. Ooh, can't really see them that well, but it comes in this nice case, and these are really smooth wood needles. It comes, what are the numbers from?
It's sizes US 4 to US 11.
And it also comes with all of these different cables, and I love that it comes in this little pack. And I just have to show you these because they're color coded depending on what the size is, and they're super rubbery and bendable and just awesome. So Knitter's Pride Dreams is what they are, and I am super excited about them. As soon as I got home,
Good
I
job, Nana.
transferred my tank to the new needles, and they are a dream,
Do you know
as the
that
name suggests.
you can take them off and put them in these little slots?
Yeah, I just haven't done that yet.
So cute. Good job,
Yeah.
Nana.
And Kelly gave me...
It's fun to shop for yarn friends for their birthday.
I was looking at this in the, pretty light outside the coffee shop, and it's so much more, color than I thought. Look at this! Actually, it's picking it up pretty nicely. It's more variegated than it's coming up, I think. But this is a Madeline Tosh! I've never had Madeline Tosh. Tosh Merino Light, and it's called Neon Peach. How cool is that? So, Kelly and I realized it's a single, so I'll probably make a shawl or a small cowl. Cowl? Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Out of it. And, yeah.
So I purchased this at a store called the Harmony Society, which is in Carlisle, PA. Carlisle? Yeah.
Carlisle.
And they carried, it was so hard to pick, and the lady kept checking, not kept, but the store associate was like, are you sure you don't need anything? I'm like, I'm trying to pick a gift. She's like, oh, I totally get it. And she left me alone then. But they had Manos del Uruguay, they had Madeline Tosh, they had Unicorn Tails, they had Juniper Moon Farms, and they also carry Jamie's yarn from Beautiful Mess Yarn Works.
Whoa, that's awesome.
It was like spotting an Etsy in the wild. So I took a picture because she had a bunch of her yarn there. Just make a little bit more noise.
I also have to show what Kristen gave us, but I don't know what you want to show first.
So that was what I picked.
Yay.
It was
Thanks,
tough
Kelly.
to pick. I wanted to buy them all.
And thank you to those of you who said happy birthday to me.
Yay.
Yay.
Should we do other gifts that we got?
Okay.
The grocery girls call this Party My Mailbox.
Party in my mailbox. Okay, let me just say this. So, Kelly and Chris, where were you when I came over and let the dogs out?
Philly?
They had a day trip to Philly, and I came over to Kelly's to let her little wonderful dogs out, and there was a big package on the porch, and I saw that it had both of our names on it, and I was like, oh, look what came! Can I open it? And she let me open it.
Okay, so first we have to, before we even show the gift, a huge thank you to THERESA, who is also from Pennsylvania originally. She has so much in common with us, it's crazy. She is originally from Pennsylvania. She has 3 kids who are also all teachers or in training to become teachers. And she sent us the most thoughtful card, just explaining that she enjoyed the podcast and she enjoys the friendship that we have, which is hilarious because we definitely don't just act like this for the videos. This is our whole situation.
This is our relationship.
This is it.
All the time.
This is it. But she said she really enjoys watching the podcast and just wanted to share a few things. Now, I'm not a language arts teacher, but I do know the definition of few, and her few is generous. People in the knitting community are so kind and thoughtful.
We're both blown away.
Carrie was sending me pictures, and I was freaking out.
I was pulling stuff out, and it just kept coming. And I was like, oh! She labeled everything with our names, and the presentation was so cute. She sent us an adorable card.
Yeah, the card definitely teared me up. It was very thoughtful.
You outdid yourself, girl.
So we wanted to show, just as, really to show the yarn to inspire you to be able to go out and check out these dyers. So this is how everything came packaged in these adorable little bags with tags for each of us so we knew. So this is Carrie's, and there's a Yarn Ink and Stitch Together Studio.
So excited about these two.
So that one
I don't know
for
about
her.
Kelly, but I've never used these yarns before. And have you?
No, I've never used either of these.
So we're both really excited to use these yarns. So thank you so much, Theresa. We are so excited.
And we got this package a few weeks ago, and it has been painful to not break into this because we wanted to show it to you. Show you how thoughtful the packaging was.
And I think she picked perfect colors for each of us.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
So you know our tastes.
So this came also in that package. We each got a set of Felici. I've never knit with Felici. I don't have it. So I'm so excited.
Girl, you know I always want more Felici.
And then in the bottom, now this goes above and beyond because it really puts the thought into it. Carrie got a bag of Naked.
Look at all this!
And I got a bag of fiber to spin with. And I've never spun with Punies before. There's so many things in here that are new for me. And I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to have a dye day. Thank you so much, Theresa. And that's not all. Oh no, that's not all.
She sent us these adorable little packets of stitch markers.
They're so cute. There's a
all
little
different
bee.
kinds.
Did you see the bee?
There's a bee, there's a cup of tea, there's a leaf.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to use them.
I'm so glad that we've finally been able to film an episode because this box has been sitting, being protected, and not broken into, and it's like Pandora's box. Now that it's open, like, I just want to knit all the things. I might have to call in sick to work. I feel a tickle. A knitting tickle in my throat. I have to call off sick.
Oh my.
No, I can't. But thank you. Thank you so much, Theresa. It was so thoughtful.
Much.
Please check out the dyers that she sent us and support their businesses.
Yay!
So that was a gift we received, and now we have a giveaway!
I want to show one more thing.
You really killed my thunder. I had the spirit fingers and everything.
Our friend Kristen, another gift? I didn't even show this to you because I just had it. She went to the Plymouth Plantation when she was visiting her family, and she got us each a skein of yarn. And I kind of claimed one already.
I want this one. I knew you would say that.
So, this is from the Plymouth Plantation.
New
I believe
Plymouth worsted.
They made it in, Massachusetts. In Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Plymouth, Mass.
And what is it? It's pure wool, 100% made in the USA.
Mine is showing up much, much darker than it is.
Is that okay, or do you want this one?
No, it's okay.
I know this seems like your normal color, but that's why I think
we should am doing that in my split back tank.
Oh,
so
true.
Mine is like chocolate brown.
Is it,
if
or
I
is
had
it
to describe
purple?
it. No, it's brown.
Okay, well.
Very cute.
So yeah.
Thank you, Kristen!
Thanks, Kristen. Not that you watched this.
Alright, so those were gifts. And now we have Do It Again! A giveaway! Last episode, we had hit 1,500 subscribers. And now we're at like 1,563, which is pretty cool.
63.5.
63.5. But we did receive a wonderful prize, 2 prizes, for the giveaway, and we selected a winner! We had 78...
Actually, Siri selected a winner.
Siri selected the winner. We had 78 entries, so we asked Siri to pick a number, and she picked number 59, who is from Kersey on Ravelry. Her name is Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Hi,
Thanks
Leslie.
for subscribing. The prompt was, what is your favorite summer memory, and what was your favorite finished object for this summer? She bought a camper.
Ooh.
I hear you, girl. I love to camp. It's awesome. And camping in a camper is like next level, because you probably have air conditioning.
And you could drive it all over, right?
And you can drive it all over.
That's like a dream of
And it's not on the ground like a tent. So, awesome, exciting stuff. She's looking forward to camping with her family. Her finished object was beautiful. She finished the Make It All shawl. If you are looking, I've been in a knitting funk, being so busy, and like, I want to knit all these things. I don't know where to start. I don't have the time, so I just need to see something and want to knit it, which, isn't a big problem. So go to that thread on our Ravelry group, which is the Knitorious Podcast, and look at the pictures of people's finished objects for this summer. So
It'll
many beautiful
inspire
things. Her shawl is all of these different colors. It was beautiful. So Leslie, thanks to Amy, who is a viewer. She sent in these 2 skeins of Shadow from Knit
They're
Picks.
coming up a little bit different on camera, but it looks really pretty.
It's like a vintage purple.
It's like a dusty purple.
Dusty purple. So this is lace weight, and you could make a beautiful shawl out of this. Even with a cream color, that would be awesome. And we are going to pair it. Kia had sent us these cute little needle protectors. So this is off to you, Leslie. If you see this before you get a message from one of us, please either Instagram inbox me or Ravelry inbox us your address, and we'll send this to you. Congratulations! Yay! 1,500 subscribers! And thanks again to Amy for sending in the yarn, and Kia for the stitch, or the needle cozies.
Thank you.
Is that everything?
In
a half an hour? Did we really do it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Wow.
At the end here, I'm going to insert
you know what we didn't do yet? Sorry.
I'm going to insert some pictures of Kelly and I at Brittany's wedding.
We didn't do book talk or
I'm glad you said
Pod
that.
Rod.
Because I do have a book that I would like to share. Actually, 2 of them. Okay. So they're both novels, and I don't have them with me, because I actually read both of them on my Kindle. So the first one is called Language of Flowers. The Language of Flowers. And I can't remember who the author is. I'll insert it at the bottom. So it's a novel, and it's about a girl who kind of goes through the foster care system and kind of just her life and the language of flowers, meaning that each flower kind of tells a story. So, for example, gardenias represent resiliency, and like other kind of flowers represent hate.
There will be a bushel of those delivered here tomorrow.
It's a really good book, so I recommend it.
The Language of Flowers.
It's also a few years old, so you probably all already read it if you like to read. Also, the book that I'm reading now is called Mr. Mercedes, and it's a trilogy from Stephen King, and they're actually all out, so you might have read this already too. I'm just jumping on these books a little late, but I'm in the middle of it now, and it's really very good. So if you like kind of thriller stories, or Mary Higgins Clark does a lot of mysteries, if you like her, I think you would like this book.
All right.
Do you have any books?
The book I'm reading is upstairs, and I don't remember what it's called. So you can just cut this out. I know. Anyways, yeah.
I think next time we'll have more to show.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
So this is short and sweet, but filled with lots and lots of gratitude.
Yes,
because
so
we are now
much.
sitting in front of a table full of beautiful things.
Beautiful things.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
If you have suggestions for what you'd like to see, maybe with us getting into My neighbor just walked by, probably thinks we're crazy. If you have suggestions for what you'd like to see on the podcast, Carrie's going to insert some pictures from our adventures. Oh, I did have one thing, scatterbrained. I tried to go to Loop for the second time in a row this month, and it was closed. Loop in Philly. I'm striking out. The first time I went, it was a Monday, and all of the orange shops in Philadelphia are closed on Monday. The second time I went, it was a Sunday because I knew they'd be open, and they were closed for Labor Day with no sign, no warning. But we're going to try again.
This time she's going to take me.
Yes, we're going together. And we have to look into Knitter's Day Out is coming up in Summerdale.
I might be working that weekend.
I'll go without you. Anyways, if you'd like to see something on the podcast that we're missing, please let us know. The fastest way to get a hold of us most likely is Instagram. I'm at DogHairKnits.
I'm at Carrie Knits, and I do have to say an apology because sometimes it happens when people message me, it doesn't tell me that there's a message request, and I never see it until like a month later. So if I don't respond, it's not because I don't like you or don't want to. It's because I didn't know you messaged me.
Unless it's me, and then it's because she doesn't like to.
That's exactly right.
But anyways, thank you for tuning in and for catching up with us, and we will see you sometime in the next month. Bye!
Bye!
It's so hot.